Today we are going to look at the aspects of teaching an English language learner, also known as an ELL student. These students do not have English as their first language, and the home language of these students can vary greatly. You do not have to be fluent in their language to be able to make an impact and educate these students. In the following presentation, we are going to look at ways that you can teach these students and make an influence that is way beyond language barriers. We will give you the tools to look past language and assist in the well-being of your ELL student. ELL students are different from English proficient students and need the extra assistance. Therefore, it is important for you to take the time out to really invest in these students and in ways that you can help them. Teaching these students will not just be quick fixes, but they require time, and it will require you to be patient and seek the opportunity to really evaluate where these students are struggling, and then taking that extra time to help them out. Do not assume that you know everything about a student just by looking at the surface. ELL learners want to be understood and want to be known. Get to know the student and take the time to learn more about their background and what is special to them. Getting to know your student will help you better teach the student as well and help you understand what kind of learning style will best fit for them. Also, taking the time to hear them out will help your student feel cared for and feel like they have someone that is there for them and wants to help them. This will make your student feel comfortable and valued. Getting to know the student will also allow you to know why the student behaves in certain ways and will allow you to have more patience for them. ELL students should be allotted extra attention and need someone that is willing to go the extra mile to look at their needs. Whether this looks like extra tutoring sessions or in-class time, ELL learners are going to need that time to make sure they are caught up with others. ELL learners will have some setbacks, so it's very important for you to not let them fall behind. But give time where you can to give that student your full attention. Do what you can to find extra resources for them and to give them extra practice where they are struggling. It is important for you to pay attention to them and give your full effort to this student. When educating an ELL student, it is very important that you are clear with your explanations. A lot of students might have a difficult time understanding, so to help with this, you should consider that every direction that is said has clarity. ELL students might not get it at first, and that's okay, so it is your job to accommodate them by being clear and doing what you can to give them the best directions as possible. Some students might be embarrassed to ask questions. Therefore, you should approach a student and confirm that they understand. Consider how you are wording statements and be conscious of using simple directions when you can. It is important that ELL students learn and interact with their fellow classmates as much as possible. This will make learning English a whole lot easier, and it will also unite your class as a whole. Make sure that your student does not feel like an outcast, but like they are accepted by their peers. Here is a video of the importance of peer interaction.
So one of the things that I did my PhD dissertation on, I was actually a teacher, a classroom teacher, at the same time as I was working on my doctorate, was to create opportunities for English learners to interact in English with native speakers. And one of the things we did was to try to empower the English language learners by teaching them science activities first, and then they would tutor the English proficient students in how to use these, how to engage in the science-related activities. So it was a very hands-on activity related to grade appropriate science content. We teach the English learners how to do the activity first. Then we'd put them together with a child who was English proficient, and the idea was to have them teach the English proficient child how to do the activity. And we did this to try to equalize the status between the EL and the English proficient student by giving the ELs a step up with regard to content knowledge, because they were going to have to communicate this knowledge in their second language. And it turned out that it was more effective than very scripted instruction that was teaching kids language structures. But the other thing I noticed is that I spent that year following English language learners around the schoolyard coding interactions as a mediating or moderating variable, interactions between teacher and EL, between EL and English proficient students, between EL and other ELs. And the thing that really surprised me was at the beginning, these ELs would really try to communicate in English with native English speakers, and the children, the native English speakers, would just walk away. So, you know, that's my point about we really need to encourage the native speakers to interact in English with the English language learners. I think one way to equalize status in these schools, frankly, is good developmental bilingual programs where you've got two groups of kids learning second languages, right? And that really equalizes status because you've got the, say, Spanish speaking ELs learning English and Spanish, but you've got the English proficient students learning English and Spanish also. So they both have strengths and they both have challenges. So I'm a real fan of these developmental bilingual programs for many reasons.
ELL students will most likely feel different or not accepted. Combat this by creating a comfortable classroom environment. Do your best to mix students up so they are working and getting acquainted with everyone. It is your job to make every student feel safe and like they are freely able to express themselves. Your ELL student will respond better if you make them feel like they are part of a class where they are cared for and loved by their classmates. Do your best to get all the students to get to know each other and accept one another and work together. Do what you can to incorporate the students' culture. They will love being able to apply their knowledge to the lesson. This will make them feel special and like they are able to contribute to the teaching as well. The students will also be able to express themselves, and their classmates will be able to experience their culture and understand them better as well. Overall, this use of bringing in the knowledge of the students will make your class more diverse and will allow the students to learn and better understand each other. This will allow your ELL student to feel very cared for. A student's home environment is very important to them and takes a part in their overall learning. Students who are ELL will most likely have members who do not speak any English. Make it a priority to get to know the family and talk to the students about their family. Encourage your student to get the family to be part of this learning experience. Try to get to know the members, and when you first meet them, let them know that you want them to be in the loop, and if they have any concerns or questions, you are always there for them and you are there as a resource. Look at ways to where you can involve the family and have them participate in the learning process. You can have them read with the child or even practice concepts or work on projects. Keep the family informed and let them know the progress of their child. Schedule some time to meet with them and get to know the family. Be honest with them and make it known that you want to help them and you want them to be there for their child's learning. It is important that you establish that you want communication with the parents and that you value their concerns and their participation in making their child successful. Overall, it would be very beneficial to give the parents specific tasks to help with the child while they are at home. Overall, you are teaming up with this student so they can come out successful. Encourage your student and let them know that you are there for them and you know that they can do it, and that they are so capable of doing big things. Do not give up on your student no matter what. Display to them that this is a journey and you are excited to be with them and see their progress. If you do not believe in the student, then it will be difficult for them to believe in themselves. Encourage and get excited. When they meet a goal or meet an expectation, celebrate the success. For you are a team and progress is a joint effort. Thank you so much for your attention and for learning what it takes to help out an ELL learner.